In a beautiful Auca town, there lived a beautiful girl named Amaka. Amaka is fair and loved to smile. She is so kind and hardly holds grudges with anyone. Amaka is the daughter of Chief Chidi and Lady Amara. They are a wealthy family. Amaka was called Big Body by her parents. She wasn't fat, she just had this big body that made her look older than her peers' age grades. This was a concern to her parents, as whenever they went out and she was asked her age, some villagers who didn't really know her family would tell her, "You're a child, you shouldn't lie." She would stand there trying to defend herself to no avail. At school, Amaka was always given double promotion so as to be ahead of her original classmates. She was very intelligent, so that wasn't an issue. Amaka had just two friends. The female friend's name was Chinaza, while the male friend was Obina. Chinaza is the yin of her yang, as they both talked about everything, style of clothes they would be getting for Christmas events or other occasions. Whereas for Obina, Obina is a childhood friend, which all started as being neighbors, to communicating with one another. Although they weren't living close to each other anymore, they all attended the same secondary school. Obina always had a crush on Amaka, right from early secondary school. He couldn't tell her. One, he feared it could end their friendship. He also thought that she might respond. They were too young to know what they really felt for each other. Also, she was graduating from secondary school before him due to the promotion she got in primary school and had to jump 2 classes. Amaka is done with secondary school. She came out with flying colors. Her parents celebrated her success, encouraging her to do better in the university. She got into the university, but she refused to live on campus in her first year. She told her parents she was going to start living on campus from her second year. She needed the time to observe which lodge she would be staying in, so she always enjoyed the benefit of her father dropping her off at school every morning. Amaka always kept in touch with both friends, telling them about life in the university and always saying she couldn't wait for them to join her. Amaka is attending a federal university in her state. The 3 friends meet on Saturday to catch up on anything new in one another's lives. They were inseparable. They always had each other's backs. While she was in university, Obina and Chinaza were done with secondary school. Obina got into the same university as Amaka, whereas Chinaza got into a different university, but they were all still in the same state and a bit close to each other. Amaka was now staying on her own, so she invited Chinaza to come live with her, since her school was still close by, which Chinaza accepted. They got to see Obina on Saturdays, or days he would walk Amaka down from school. Chinaza, on the other hand, knew Obina had feelings for Amaka and always pushed him to open up to her before it becomes late. So one faithful day, while Obina was walking her to her door, he quickly said to her, "I would love to say something to you." Amaka said, "Okay, I'm listening." Obina started by saying, "I don't know how you will feel about this. I really hope it doesn't destroy our friendship. Just that I have always felt this way about you." Amaka stood, waiting for him to say the word. Obina then said, "I like you, Amaka. I really do, right from small. I hope my feelings don't make you feel uncomfortable. And I'm also not in a hurry for your response." Amaka, looking at him, short of words, Obina knew she needed space, so he then gave her her back and left. The moment Amaka entered her house, she called her friend Chinaza to let her know what just happened. "Chinaza, Obina just confessed his feelings to me." Amaka sighed. Chinaza responded saying, "How do you feel about him? Do you like him in any way, or have you just seen him as a friend?" Amaka then said, "I like him, but I don't think our parents would approve of us, given that we are of the same age." Chinaza then responded, "All that matters is your heart. When you get to that bridge to inform your parents, you both will cross it." Amaka quickly said, "Why aren't you surprised? Seems like you knew." "Amaka," Chinaza said, "only a blind person won't notice the way Obina looks at you, cares for you, and is ready to do anything for you. We all are friends, but there are a lot of things he won't do for me." Amaka then said, "Probably because he knew me first." Chinaza responded, "That's not true. It's because he likes you." Amaka, although liking Obina, she was really concerned with the approval of her parents. She didn't want to start a relationship one minute and leave it the next due to disapproval from both parents. Entwined with studies, she forgot to give Obina a response about his feelings. As days passed, Obina felt heartbroken, thinking Amaka didn't accept his feelings, but he didn't allow it to get the better part of him. It's another Saturday where they get to hang out. He arrived at their meeting point, but he was surprised to see only Chinaza. He felt a bit uncomfortable by it, but quickly asked Chinaza, "Is Amaka avoiding me?" To which Chinaza quickly said, "No, she has an exam to write soon, so she has to prepare for it." Chinaza then encouraged him not to worry, saying, "She really likes you too. I don't want to be the spoiler. Just be patient, she would respond to you." A few weeks passed. Amaka was done with her exams. She rested for a few days because she had to read through the night for most days and just needed rest. It then occurred to her that she hadn't responded to Obina's feelings for her. She thought of a better way to respond. Would it be rude to respond via a text message? Or should I call him? I shouldn't be the one planning a dinner yet. Or should I just go to his apartment? I think I will go to his apartment, she said to herself. That evening, she called Obina to let him know she meal, jollof rice. When he was done, he organized the house and waited for her. The moment she entered, she smelled the food and she wanted to ask, but decided not to. She didn't to spoil his plans, so she went with the flow. They sat down, and Obina then asked her how her exams went. She said fine, using her side eye to look at where the rice was. She didn't want to eat it cold. He then said, "I know you will ace all your papers. You've always been very good." Obina then brought the rice for them to eat. After they were done eating, she sat a bit closer to him and said, "I like you too, but I have fears. I hope our parents will approve of it. I don't want to fall in love and fall out immediately." To which Obina said, "Don't worry, our parents would approve. We are graduating at the same time, and I would look for a job immediately, so your parents can approve of me." Amaka said, "Okay," laying her head on his chest. They spoke all through the night. The conversation gradually changed from mere friends' conversation to lovers' conversation. They spoke of their long-term goals, their short-term goals. Obina promised to always stand by her side. She felt a sense of comfort, love, and relaxation. It felt like they were seeing life from the same direction. They had good plans ahead of themselves. Their love blossomed. They had a deep connection and impact on one another. Chinaza, their friend, always called them lovebirds, telling them she would love her own too. They went for various dates, movie nights. Obina was ready to explore all Amaka had on her checklist to do with her man. He is her man now. Amaka is studying medicine, whereas Obina was studying computer science and wanted to specialize in software management. Chinaza, on the other hand, is studying biochemistry, so they were all graduating at the same time. Their love waxed stronger as each day went by. They gradually started talking about taking things to the next level after graduation. They all graduated from school in flying colors. Obina immediately started looking for a job, as well as trying to save money to further his studies. For Amaka, she was doing her internship in a prestigious organization, and Chinaza also was working. One Friday evening, Obina told Amaka it was time to let their parents know about their relationship, as he would like to seek their blessing and approval. Obina spoke to his parents about it, to which they accepted, telling him he is a man now and is old enough to make his own decisions. On the other hand, Amaka told her parents, and they immediately declined. Chief Chidi kept quiet for a while, looked at his daughter and said, "You can't marry Obina." Her mother followed, saying, "My daughter, these people don't look the same age in any way. The moment you give birth, your body would change. People would think you're older than him. You have to marry someone older so that at no point would you feel body shamed. Please understand the direction we are coming from." Mrs. Amara continued, "Your father seniors me with 7 solid years. After giving birth to you and your siblings, I still look younger than him." Amaka was trying to reason with what they were saying, but she is already in love with Obina. Her heart only wants him and nothing else. She then pleaded with her parents, trying to make them see reasons with her, telling them how she really likes him, to which her parents didn't listen to any of that. Inside, her father responded saying, I wanted to tell you that Awat Emeka, the son of Namdi, is coming for your hand in marriage, and we have accepted, so get your act together and prepare for him. Her father continued, he's successful and can afford to take care of you and your needs. He's also older than you. He's also from our town. My dear, don't worry. When you meet him, you would like him. Amaka cried. She was heartbroken by all that was happening. She called Obinna to inform him that her parents refused, also telling him they already had someone she's to get married to. Obinna told her not to worry, that he was going to come and talk to them. Obinna visited Chief Chidi and his wife Amara, pleading with them to allow their love to thrive, to which Chief Chidi said, over my dead body, my daughter is getting married to my business partner Emeka, and that is final. Mrs. Amara said, the date for the wedding has been fixed, so don't worry, just focus on your life and leave Amaka alone. Obinna was pained by their words. He then visited Amaka at her place of work, suggesting that they should flee from the village and go to another village. Amaka refused. I can't do it. My parents would be heartbroken. I can't do something like that. If they can't give us their blessings, then we should end it here. Obinna, broken by Amaka's, how do you just end a relationship of 3 years like that? He responded, my father won't let me marry you, and I won't do it against his wish. She responded, this is heartbreaking to both Amaka and Obinna. But they had to separate. Obinna gathered the money he had saved and left the village. He couldn't bear to see Amaka get married to someone else. Amaka got married to Emeka, a trader like her dad. Emeka is 12 years older than she is. Emeka is very rich, had all the maids at his beck and call, so Amaka didn't have to worry about anything, not lifting a finger. Emeka really loved her in his way. His love was greedy. He loved her the way he wanted to love her, not the way she wanted to be loved. He always called her my baby. Amaka lived each day, hoping that this might change. She was a trophy wife. Her decision didn't matter in her home. All that was needed from her was to obey all that Emeka asked her to do. Amaka eats what he likes, dresses the way he likes, and shows up at any function he asks her to. She practically was living for him. The only thing that kept her going was going to work each day. Her workplace was the only place she gets to exist as herself. She was pained. She regretted not holding on to Chidi. This was the life she dreamt of. Amaka took in and gave birth to a boy. Emeka lavished her with various gifts. He got her a new car too. He bought anything she lost she looked at twice. She wanted to spoil her silly. Amaka was grateful. She only wished their love could be balanced. Emeka made it known that he was a senior in all ways, making their home feel like a home of law and order. Things became worse when Emeka asked her to stop working for the time being in order to take care of their son. Amaka couldn't say no, as her no won't be listened to, and it wasn't negotiable. It was an order. She had to obey. Soon Amaka was gradually losing who she really was. She couldn't go out. She didn't have friends, as her friends couldn't come to her house. She only spoke with Chinaza through the phone. One day, Amaka's mother visited her. She saw the state of her daughter. Rather than feeling her pain, she said, my dear, just endure. When you are done giving birth, before you know it, the children will be all grown, and you'll return to your life. Mama, does that mean I won't be a doctor anymore? Her mother then responded, no one is asking you not to. We are only saying your family is your priority now. Or do you want your children to be trained by your maids? Was it a maid that trained you? Her mother asked. You should be grateful. A lot of girls out there are looking for a life like this, and you're here crying, I want to go back to my work. How much is the work paying yourself? Isn't your husband paying you double as you're staying at home? Abeg, oh, my daughter, be patient. Doctor can wait for now. You should be grateful to your husband. If not for his help, do you think your father's business would still be standing? Your father nearly lost everything, but he came to our aid. Mama, so you mean you married me off to him in return for his favor? Amaka said. Did I say something like that? Her mother responded. My daughter, Gradually, you both would love each other and meet at that point your heart is yearning for. So don't worry. After her mother left, she could only feel regret in her heart for not listening to Chidi. If only I went with Chidi, I wouldn't be in a marriage like this. I can't believe my parents sold me off, she cried bitterly. She gradually started accepting her fate and prayed that things change between she and her husband, but that never happened. Thank you for watching my stories. To my returning subscribers, thanks a lot, I really appreciate. If you're new on this channel, welcome to the family. On this channel we tell beautiful African tales. So, always grab your popcorn when you get a notification from us. Also, please don't forget to like, leave a comment on how you feel about the characters in each stories. Share to loved ones, as it helps the channel to grow. Until then, we will meet again in our next story. Bye for now.